Hey, Hoff here. What's going on? How are you? I'm going to give this a moment to load up here. There we go. I'm sure you can hear it in the background. I know we're live now, and you can hear me. And I can hear myself. So that's nice. That's nice. We are on a long trek tonight, everyone. Boys and girls, gays and trans, blacks and browns, yellows and purples. We're on a long trek tonight because I have a story to tell you, one you might not know about. It's something that's going on right now, and it's a part of everyone's lives who pay attention to the media and whatnot. The fact is, we are under attack. We are under attack. I hope you're doing well right now, but at the same time, you have to know that we are under attack. And those who are willing to fight, like myself, I just want to say cheers. Cheers to you. But we are under attack right now. Just got a message from my bud. So, if I want to repost this, then I should probably focus on the video. Same time, I cut this out pretty easily. I know I do that. And I do like to censor myself. Not really. Fuck. What I'm here to talk to you about tonight is the fact that we are under an alien invasion. Yes. From UFOs. For things we don't know what they are. We don't know what these things are. Or do we? That's what I'm here to answer for you real quick. It's pretty simple. It's something that has been set up by the government for a long time, actually. Much like the coronavirus has been set up for many years. And Dr. Fauci, he predicted this a few years ago, and he said the Trump administration would endure a virus. I can look that up for you. I'm sure. In fact, let's do that. Let's go through the whole ringer tonight. Let's do the whole thing. And then I can save it real fast after the live stream and then edit it down for BitChute and Odyssey because YouTube is asshole. But yeah, this is what we're doing tonight. We're going to do this, okay? How is everyone doing? There's no one watching. Oh, Don B, what's up, my man? Well, see you, bro. No one watching now. But thanks for showing up. This is back in. Okay, so look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. Look at this. We're starting from the beginning. We're going to show a little bit about the current day of complete control of humanity and society versus what has been happening for years. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, even when it comes down to space. All right. So let's start with this even more recent. Okay. Let's start with this article here. This is from January 11th, 2017. Fauci, no doubt, you can find video of this. I just found the article. No doubt Trump will face surprise infectious disease outbreak. This is January 11th, 2017. I'll zoom in. Is it big enough for you? Fauci, it's right there. It's right there. This is not coincidence. Nothing's coincidence, especially when it comes to billionaires who say things. Nothing is coincidence when it comes to billionaires and people controlled by billionaires who say things. Nothing is coincidence. So, is he a wizard? Fauci, no doubt Trump will face surprise infectious disease outbreak. January 11th, 2017. It's about a 4-minute read, according to the article, depending on how smart you are. What I'm saying here is this is it. They tell you what they're going to do before they do it. They tell you what they're going to do before they do it. Are you seeing this? And let's scroll down a little bit. Anthony S. Fauci, director of the NI blah, 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 says there's no doubt Donald J. Trump will be confronted with a surprise infectious disease outbreak during his presidency. Is he a wizard? Is he Miss Cleo? Who is he? Does he? How does he know this? It's because this is planned. Spoiler alert, they plan this stuff, or they have it in their back pocket to let out anytime they want. But I think it's all planned more than we know. More than we know. In fact, I don't know if it, in my personal opinion, Donald Trump was never supposed to be elected the first time. That was a shock to this New World Order agenda because they were not prepared for someone like Donald Trump to become president. And then they really had to deal with that with these Dominion machines and whatnot. And the coronavirus outbreak that Dr. Fauci definitely labeled towards Donald J. Trump's presidency. You can see it right there. Like it wasn't America will be, or the world will be confronted with a surprise infectious disease. It says there's no doubt that Donald J. Trump will be confronted. That's an attack. They're labeling the attack that's going to happen there. It's not that the world might have an infectious disease. That there's no doubt the Trump administration will have to face that. And then the Biden administration, fuck them to hell. You know, they're all out there saying that they made the vaccines and whatnot. You know, which I'm not for. But this whole thing is bass backwards. All right. So what we're seeing right now, Fauci here. This is still from 2017. Fauci has led the blah, blah, blah bullshit organization for more than 3 decades. You know, he's deep in it. We've talked about this before. Advising the past 5 United States presidents on global health threats. It's right there. Fauci, this is from 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago. Fauci has led the NIA, they've changed the name now, for more than 3 decades, advising the past 5 United States presidents. Past 5 United States presidents on global health threats from the early days of the AIDS epidemic, which we all know. If you're like me, I guess maybe you don't. That's a whole different discussion. Is not, you know, he's a big result of what, he's a huge part of that. This is the same guy. It's a common thread. Fauci is he's not a good guy. He's literally like he's like that the background mad scientist. He's not the actual villain. He's the guy behind the scenes who's I'm doing all the dirty work, but one day I'll get mine. And today he thought he's getting old, you know. He's trying to get his now. and he's loving it. He's loving it. The Zika virus outbreak as well. The history of the last 32 years that I've been director, oh my gosh, that there's no doubt they will be faced with challenges their predecessors were faced with. Oh my gosh. Risks have never been higher. We will definitely get surprised in the next few years. Wow. So that's just a setup for what I'm about to tell you about here coming up. And I didn't realize I had a couple guests here. I apologize for being rude. I'd like to welcome Magnetic Vortex residents, and Gregory DeGraff. Welcome here. I want to show you what's going on with the new. It's not even new. This has been going on for a while, and we're starting to see it in full effect right now. I'm talking about Project Bluebeam. Okay, and this ties into this entire NWO New World Order agenda that they're trying to get us to do: race wars, famine, gas shortages, food shortages, hate, social media, Facebook. But this is the one that's going to top it all off. I think this is the one that people are really going to have a hard time denying, I guess, because it's going to seem so real once they get it down. So I want to show you this here. Now I'll share the screen. This article. Where is it? I'm trying to find this. Trying to figure out how to share this screenshot again. Dang. Hey, share screen. There we go. Gotcha. All right. So this article right here, if we want to go into this one, this is from the Times of India, which is a reliable source, but still, it's one of the few articles I could find, and it's one that is dated because a lot of these things have been, I guess, kind of faded away by a shadow banned by Google, big tech, YouTube. They what they're doing these days. They're trying to steer us a certain way. My opinion, I want to say this outright, I don't care if you're right or wrong. I don't care if you're crazy. I still want to hear you out, and I'll make my own opinion. That's the way I feel. I don't feel like I should quiet you unless you're just being obnoxious or rude or aggressive, but I should hear you out. We should hear out everyone. And that's not the way things are going nowadays when it comes to the internet, which it used to be the wild, wild west back in the day when I grew up, even before the internet. But here we go into Project Bluebeam here. All right. And this one's from August 17th, 2008. What is Project Bluebeam? Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory, which is a lot of these, as we're seeing today, they're not so many theories anymore as they are. They're just trying to use that as a term to disavow, or what they say. What's the word? Debunk any kind of narrative that they do not want pressed on the public, because that cannot steer the narrative the right way for the rest of the world. So, conspiracy theory about supposed project whose purpose is to create an artificial second coming, as in God or Jesus, in order to control people. As per the alleged theory, the New World Order's purpose is, 1, to abolish all Christian and traditional religions. We're seeing that happen in real time right now. This isn't even conspiracy theory anymore. In order to replace them with a one world religion based on the cult of man, which will be, what it's not saying here, which will be fabricated. And two, to abolish all national identities, which is what we're doing right now. We're trying to take down the walls and whatnot, even though Kamala Harris, fuck her name, she says don't come over here, but fuck the wall. To abolish all national identities and national pride in order to establish a world identity and a world pride. To abolish, number three, to abolish the family, aka the nuclear family, as known today, in order, not nuclear like a bomb, nuclear like an atom, known today in order to replace them with individuals all working for the glory of the new one world government, which would be a false second coming, which would be basically this Project Bluebeam is going to be where they falsify any kind of religious belief in that realm. And I'll read that for you. I've been reading this book, Isaac Weishaupt, Aliens, UFOs, and the Occult. Use Your Illusion 1. Number 2 is coming out right now. I'm not doing an advertisement, but I'm trying to give you some information that's really good from this. He says here, getting back to the idea of a holographic projection of a fake alien invasion, we find a very curious religious element in Serge Monast's writing. These will be projected from satellites onto the sodium layer, which is what Bill Gates is wanting to do, putting chalk up in the air above Sweden. Look that up. That's a real thing. They said they denied it. Who knows if they did or not. We see 60 miles above the Earth. We see tests every once in a while, but they are called UFOs and flying saucers sightings. The result of these deliberately staged events will be to show the world the new Christ, the new Messiah, for the immediate implementation of the new world religion. So that's what we're seeing. I mean, can you argue with this? I mean, you can argue with it. Well, we can argue, but let's finally look at what the video is about now. Let's get into it. All right. We've talked about Project Bluebeam now. We've talked about the lies of the coronavirus. Whoops, said that on YouTube. I better save this before they take it down. But let's watch some of the videos here from this Shanghai UFO sighting. And this is on Reddit. F Reddit. Don't like Reddit, okay? Don't trust Reddit. Don't go with Reddit. It's all bad stuff. But we're gonna look at this footage, okay? And we might make fun of some of the people who comment. We might do that. It's fun. But here we see, this is from Shanghai, triangle UFO in the sky. Some might see pyramid. You see Shanghai right there. And then they look up, and it's not obvious at first. Kind of just look like clouds, and then you see a shape form, and it's obvious that it's like kind of cutting through the clouds. There's that we've seen the same kind of pyramid UFO recently. I'm gonna look that one up soon too and compare it. What do you think of this, though? I mean, to me, this is all a culmination of the culture that they've been trying to push on us lately. Culmination of culture trying to push. They're trying to. It's not a coincidence that all this is happening at once. I not in my opinion. It's just Pink Floyd, bruh. Does anyone have a high resolution? Let's look at this one. So we're talking about Project Bluebeam here. And it's not that I don't believe in life outside of our planet. I mean, I'm somewhat of a religious guy, but at the same time, I don't think it's impossible. But this, I don't know. This seems too timed out too well. It seems like it's too convenient what they're going for, and everything's going on with UFOs and aliens in the past couple of months. In the past, 20 years, 50, 70 years, 100 years, we've had stories, but right now they're trying to make it fact. And it's like it's never been more prominent. And there's no real HD video. It's always this stuff that's kind of like, it's arguable. That's the thing. It's arguable. Adjusted brightness. Let's look at this one. Did we already watch that one? I think we did. This comes back to Project Bluebeam, and sodium layers. Let's look up the Bill Gates thing. Just search Bill Gates block the sun, and then we get this come up here. This is from Forbes, January 11th this year. Bill Gates' venture aims to spray dust into the atmosphere to block the sun. What could go wrong? Well, let me tell you, we could have things going on like in Shanghai where there's already enough smog and there's not enough evidence for an actual UFO sort of invasion or any evidence of it other than trying to scare us all. But look at this. You can go to Forbes and look up this. It's real. It's real. I just looked it up for you. You can go read all this, and there's a lot of talking about a balloon will fly through it, sampling atmospheric reactions, recording resulting dynamics, and basically the entire reason for Bill Gates wanting to block out the sun is to help solve global warming. Global warming. That's a real thing, right? Not sure. I'm not sure if it is. I want to read some comments here because I like to do that. Magnetic Vortex says, unfortunately, there are so many conspiracies to keep this vital information out of the public domain. What ends up in the hand of the public is diluted to the point of uselessness. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's the problem. Is we can sort through it, but not enough people are willing to actually take the time. And even what we're sorting through might not even be enough. But if you're willing to question, you're far above the people who are out there just shoveling it in their mouths and taking it all in and getting the old jab in the arm, which I'm hearing is having really bad side effects for a lot of people, including teenagers right now. I had this screenshot. This is kind of scary. Can I bring that thing up? Yeah, I took this screenshot right here from the news the other day. CDC to host emergency meeting today. Reports of heart inflammation in teens after getting vaccine. Can you believe this stuff? Can you believe this stuff? Wow. Can you believe this? The vaccine is safe. The vaccine is safe for everyone. Everyone should get the vaccine. Except for the teenagers who are getting heart attacks. And heart attacks. This is the screenshot I took from my news. I was so appalled to see this. I was like, holy crap. This is insane. This is where we're going, everyone. This is where we're going with everything. So what could go wrong, Where do you think we should go? There's nowhere to go. This is the new world order. We live on this planet. There's nowhere really to go. How do we get out of this? We have to fight our way out of it. We have to fight our way out of this nonsense. We have to not listen to the lies. We have to resist the lies. We have to understand that pretty much anything that they're trying to tell us is a lie. Not fall into the traps, because everything they're setting up for us right now is a trap. I mean, it's been for decades. I mean, I'm only so old. I'm starting to learn about this, but I'm seeing that all of this has been a trap for a long time now. And this is the biggest trap of them all. We're really starting to see the lockdowns. Literally, we're starting to see, we saw the masking. We saw how compliant people could be to something that is not legitimate at all. Wait till these aliens come around. So-called aliens. People are scared of a fake virus that 99.9% of people who got it survived from. Yet, when we see these aliens come down, aliens, by the way, quotation marks, when we see this evidence, which has all been set up in the government's plans, in the documents, the stimulus. Did you know about the stimulus bill? It was all included in there. So they had to release it. This is all a setup. That's a lie in itself. That's a psyop. It's all a lie. In order to get this new world order agenda across. And this is what's happening. There was a last stand. And then they effed it up. I mean, literally, they took what was left, and they during this last election in America, where a certain president got more votes than any other president in the world, and then a certain other candidate got way more votes than him, who was not popular and still is not popular with anyone, proves that we're not living in a real democracy. It never was a democracy. It's supposed to be a republic, but it proves it. Like, numbers prove it. Data proves it. This is the way they're trying to force the world, and they know that they can force it. They can force this alien agenda, the UFOs, onto people. They can force a new religion because they want to take away, dare I say it, God and Christianity. And I don't mind if you believe in anything else. That's fine, but don't believe in aliens as a religion, As a religion, like this is where they're going with this. They're going to manipulate the world, which is what they've already done with the virus. They've already proved they can do it. They're going to do it again, and they're going to combine it all. They're going to mask us all up, and they're going to send us to the aliens. And I know that sounds stupid, but that doesn't even include the robots and the AI and the transhuman agenda that also scares the hell out of me. But right now, what they seem to be pushing more than anything is the UFO agenda, which seems to be obvious. And where else would they put a UFO other than somewhere very populated, which I showed you earlier? Of course, the UFO, UAP, whatever. This is all BS. That's all I'm trying to tell you guys right now. Is that what I'm talking about? I'm trying to tell you is that you got to look over this stuff. You got to look into it and then look over it. You got to own it. This is not what's happening in the world. It's what they're telling you is what's happening. And we can't be afraid of it because it's not real. It's like a scary movie. People scared of movies sometimes, Gregory DeGraff says, is Biden in an Egger suit? I'm putting that up, bro. I like that one. Is Biden in an Egger suit? I'd say yeah. I would say, except he owns the Men in Black, apparently. Unfortunately, the problem is social media, in my opinion. Social media is a huge issue I'm going to do a whole other show about that. It kind of all boils down to social media. But what we're seeing is fear and arguments contained to certain aspects of life that shouldn't be fearful. These race wars going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on with people? That's not real. That's not real. They're made. It's all fabricated, and I know it's happening. Some of it, I believe, are false flags. But that's some people are crazy. But at the same time, no one really. The majority do not hate people for their skin color. Okay. The majority of people do not hate people for their skin color. Just giving you facts. But what they highlight are the minority of statistics that will give them the news stories that make it seem shocking. Make it seem every time like there's something crazy going on. I saw this news report the other day. News report. I guess no, I saw it online. I saw in Florida they had a gay Nazi pride flag painted in an intersection, and a truck burned out in it. And it's called a hate crime. Why were they painting gay pride Nazi flags in the middle of the intersection? Where are the American flags? Where are the American flags? Where are the American flag? Like they've been portraying in the media recently as well, is also seen as too nationalist, and it's seen as racist. Where's that woman who said that the American flag scared her? That I want to look that up. I'm googling the dumbest words right now. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. All right, we'll watch this one. Hopefully you can hear it. This is funny shit right here.
I'm sitting in my car crying right now over the loss of more lives, and this is what is about to drive past me. I'm like shook right now.
I'm like shook right now.
There's another one coming. There's a parade of them. I'm shaking. What?
I'm shaking. What's wrong with people? Where this world's, I'm telling you, it does kind of boil down to social media in the end, and this new wave of technology with transhumanism and not really, no one really feels, not to get hippie here, no one really feels the earth anymore. You know, no one really feels the roots. No one understands, I guess, how to be a person outside of a cellular phone device and to get opinions outside of those things. Am I guilty? Yes. Are you guilty? If you're listening to me, yeah, we're both guilty. But at the same time, we're not on that same level either. We're definitely not. I don't even use social media. I don't have a Facebook or a Twitter. I have a YouTube, which I'm going to save this stream as soon as I end it, and I'm going to save it to my computer and then upload it to BitChute and Odyssey, which I'll start posting links over to those things and whatnot. I'm probably going to wrap this up, right now. But thank you for watching. Gregory DeGraff says, you ever seen the TV series Fringe? No. I don't watch a lot of TV series. I think the last one I watched was Twin Peaks. And yeah, I don't really watch TV series. I don't really watch TV. I don't have cable. I like MasterChef when I can find it, and that's about it. Even though I know that's pretty fake and staged as well, but it's still fun to watch, I guess, as mindless entertainment. What's good about Fringe? If you can put it in the chat, because I want to wrap this up soon. I'm tired. I'm gonna do more videos. I'm gonna edit things down. I'm going to have more information for you guys. I feel like I don't know. I'm not doing this for clout. I don't care if you like me or not. I'm doing this to try to tell people what's going on, because this is what's happening. And I'm not the best spoken. I'm trying to get better at that. And I'm trying to provide more facts and information for everyone who's watching. That's first and foremost, I think, is I need to start providing more references and receipts. And I think I did a decent job at that in this stream compared to my past ones. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Look up Hoffcast on BitChute. I'll try to put it on the description of this video. This video probably won't be up too long, though, because of all the words that I said that YouTube does not like. They done took my last one off. And I made a couple of videos about that. And you can watch those as well and understand where I'm coming from. But I can use YouTube as my gateway to the other things, Gregor DeGraff says Fringe is an X-Files with parallel Earth. Well, don't get me wrong. All right, bro. I was a big X-Files fan back in the day. Love some X-Files. So if you're telling me like that's the sort of thing going on, I might take a look. I might take a look at it. I might Google it. I hate Google, but I might search it and see what's going on there. I want to get this X-Files box set. I'm into physical copies again. I got out, when I was younger, I was all about physical copies and whatnot, and CDs, DVDs, big collections, and then streaming came along. And I'm digressing right here, but let me go. Streaming came along, and it's like, oh, I don't need these DVDs. I can just watch these movies streaming. I have a subscription to Netflix and all this stuff, Disney Plus, Hulu. I don't need these copies. Then you find out they'll either, one, the most obvious one, take them off, or two, in my opinion, the worst one, edit or censor them or cut them. So that's why I'm going back and I'm trying to gather all my old physical copies. I don't know if you can see, probably not, but all that stuff in the corner back there. I got a bunch of CDs and DVDs and stuff by my TV that I'm trying to arrange, make them look all right. There's some right over here as well. A stack of CDs. That CD tower is like 25 years old, man. I love it. I hated it, but now I love it. So we're back in that realm, I guess. So I'd like to have the big box set of the X-Files, Gregory said, can you keep going? Well, what do you want me to talk about? Maybe I can go for about another 10, 15 minutes. Is there anything you want me to talk about specifically? Because I could probably talk. I just, kind of said what I wanted to, but I can keep going. Don't get me wrong. I thought I was boring people. Sure, why not? I got a bunch of stuff written down here. Another thing that ties in, I guess, with the whole Project Bluebeam, if we're going with media and stuff like Disney, Marvel, I'll tie in Marvel and whatnot, the newest Spider-Man movie, the Far From Home one, featured not only drones, but drones that could create holographic catastrophes in the world. Which You can call it predictive programming. You can say something is either predictive programming, coincidence, or complete BS. Either way you bring it up, it's kind of in the same vein, and you can't take your mind off that, you know. You want me to talk about Hollow Earth? I don't know a whole lot about Hollow Earth. I watched that King Kong movie. See, when it comes to me, I don't try to get too much into that sort of thing, because when it comes to like round earth, flat earth, religion, stuff like that, I like to let people kind of have their own beliefs on that, you know. That's up to you. I believe in my own things. I'm not gonna spew my own religious beliefs and whatnot on you when it comes to that. But if you're asking if UFOs are drones, I would say not quite. Maybe drones. Yes, that's not a bad point. That's not a bad point at all. Are UFOs drones? I was at the park the other day and this kid was flying a drone around. You know, kind of scared me because I was walking my dog and I'm like, yeah, he's going to try to hit me with it? He's going to record me? What's going on? You know, like, am I on a live stream right now? Am I on Google Maps that this drone was flying around? Made me very uncomfortable. Are UFOs drones? They could be for sure. But I think more what comes down to, I would say more projections, more projections, you know, and I could be wrong on that as well, but I think that's an easier way to do it. But I think drones will be more used for control and like robotic purposes, like there's robot dogs. Let's look that up for a second, huh? It's crazy robot dogs. You know what I'm talking about? Let's look up a video of that thing. I'll share that. See, this is what we got to be scared of. Advertisements. Let's look at this. NYPD unleashes Digidog. Look at this thing, bro. Look at this thing. Look at that thing, man. Damn, dude. That's what we got to be scared of right there. The technology they can do to control us and to deceive us. We're living in the new world order, bros. Like, this stuff already exists. It already exists. They're just not implementing it. Look at it. They're going to send all them things all over the place. They don't need to put out cops who are black or white and cause race wars when they got them things. They're emotionless going around, you know? Everyone dies. Digidog. They try to give it a nice, fun name, Digidog. It's disgusting. We're living in it. We're living in it. We're literally we're past it. Like we done missed our chance to kind of like really fight it. I mean, right now we're on our last legs if anyone's wanting to fight it, but before we know it, it's over. We've got no. I really think that we don't have any chance left, but I'm a hopeful guy, so I think people will. I don't know. I just don't know if people are strong enough to, I guess, take away convenience for morality, you know, because a lot of these things are convenience. A lot of these things feather the ego for people, you know, like Instagram and Facebook and social media and Twitter and whatnot. It feathers their egos. And they use it for clout, and they use it to argue, and they use it to try to get a one up and make a point, and everyone's trying to make a point nowadays about who's better than who. But right now, the thing that matters is that all of us, we're all being controlled and manipulated. It's all a big game. And a lot of people don't understand that they're the pawns in the game, you know? A lot of people don't understand that they are pawns in the game. They can't see the board around them. They're in it, you know. There's a lot more going on. And if people just kind of looked outside of their own egos, let's go into Hoff's final thoughts here. If people just kind of looked outside of their own egos, I know people have problems. People have their own personal problems. But I think if people just looked outside their own advances and what also, I mean, I hate to say this, but I don't remember race being such an issue. I'm getting up there. I'm in my 30s. I hate to admit it. I'm in my 30s, and I never remember race being such an issue growing up. I always heard about being an issue back in the day, but now it's an issue again. But why? Why? I thought we were over that. We were colorblind, you know, that we don't see those things anymore. Bigotry's gone. Gay marriage is legalized. I thought we were past all that. Yet here we have the media straight ramming these things down our throat about how Juneteenth and race and critical race theory. I don't want to go into all that right now, but you see what I'm saying? It was never a thing before, but the social media stuff, the technology we have today, the fact that people will not take righteousness and morality over convenience because convenience is so easy. You know, it's so easy to eat the fast food. It's so easy to get your news from the CNN or the NBC or the Fox even. You know, it's so easy. It's so easy to have that, but it's the worst stuff for you, you know. And I'm going to do a video coming up soon. I'll give you a little preview of it right now. I'm going to do some more research on it. But I just want to warn you all watching right now that this fall, upcoming probably August through November, I'd say somewhere around that time, we will have a major cyber attack that will either attack the internet, the banks, or the electrical system. And we should probably start preparing for that. And you say, Hoff, how do you know something like that? What you making this stuff up? No, I'll show you. I'm gonna do a video of it. You know, I'll do more research and all that stuff. But I'll look up where I'm getting this from. Only from you know, one of the craziest, most richest, powerful people in the world. Also, look up Cyber Polygon while you're at it. You know, that's some crazy stuff too. Maybe we'll look at that. Who knows? I'm in it, you know. I'm in it to win it tonight. Here we go. Watch this. I want to share it right now for you. Klaus Schwab. He's like a James Bond villain. And he's like executive coordinator of the World Economic Forum. And this guy is scary as hell. All right. Can you hear this? I have no idea if you can hear this, so I'm gonna like kind of listen back to see. I have no idea if you can hear it. Yeah, I don't think you can hear it, can you? I'll put the link right here then. And I will I've had troubles with my my speakers. this past week, and I apologize for that. The link is in the description or in the chat right there. I will narrate, but you can go back and watch it. I'll narrate while he's talking. It's a frightening scenario we have to pay sufficient attention to for a comprehensive cyber attack. This is from July 8th, 2020, and we know these things are coming up more and more nowadays as well, such as the Russian hack of the pipeline, or allegedly the Russian hack, or they wanted Bitcoin, allegedly Russian. They don't know who it was. And Klaus Schwab that says this will bring a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospitals, our society as a whole. He says the COVID-19 inconvenience will be seen as a small disturbance compared to the cyber attacks that will be coming on us in the near future. So look that up yourselves. That's real stuff right there. That's real stuff right there. They're telling us what is going to happen before it happens. They do it years in advance. People don't understand that. And they think either one, you're crazy if you say it's going to happen, or two, when they look back on it, they'll either say you were right, why didn't I listen to you? Or three, they won't admit that you were ever right because they were sheep the whole time. They will continue to be sheep because those people you just cannot get to. There's some people you just can't break through to. Some people just will not get there. As much as I pray for them and I want them to get there, and I want the whole world to understand that we're under control and we can take this back as human beings, and we don't have to be led by this media or billionaires or big tech. Billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, all these mofos, George Soros is out there. We don't have to listen to the Vatican, the fake Pope. We don't have to listen to anyone like that who, basically all the Chinese Communist Party that's going on right now. In my opinion, that's what's happening to America, is that the Chinese are trying to invade. Because their country sucks, because they invaded with too much smog and population. So now they're trying to come over here. So they're trying to get all the borders open so they can get on in there too. Kill us all out with the old Wuhan flu, and then they can swoop on in. I don't know. That's actually, I don't really believe that, but that's a fun notion. But one thing I wanted to mention about this, whole thing is that these UFOs that they've been showing, and let me go back to that one that I wanted to show earlier. They're either triangle shaped or they're pyramid shaped, and this is the one that was released a couple months ago, April 19th. I'll share this one. I'm not going to share while this ad's on. I wouldn't do that to you. Ads are the devil, bruh. I hate ads so much. That's why I listen to vinyl. All right, but here we go. Yeah, so Jeremy Corbell, I don't know. He's kind of shady. I don't love that guy at all. But we see here, we're seeing these same kind of pyramid shaped, just like the one in the Shanghai video earlier, And government officials, you can trust the government, obviously, confirm that these exist. And it's the same kind of shape as that thing we were seeing before. And then they show the Pentagon, of course, which is satanic. And they show these, the Tic Tac UFO here with grainy video. I really don't like this Jeremy Corbell guy. I just don't. I don't know why I don't trust him. I just don't. But this looks similar to what we saw in their Shanghai videos earlier. And that's why I think this is all kind of correlated, if you ask me. Greg says maybe they think the world is overpopulated. By they, if you mean like Bill Gates and the eugenicists and all those people who do want the world less populated in order to, you know, they create food shortages here. They make a food shortage here in order to kill 20 million people in a third world country that we don't even know about. So, I mean, small potatoes to them there, big potatoes to us, but we don't look at those bigger issues, you know. They distract us with fake UFO videos. But yeah, they do think that the world is overpopulated because they think that maybe one day they can be, maybe they already are. Maybe they have, if you want to go super conspiratorial, maybe they already have a deal with the devil or the reptilians or aliens where they can be basically immortal, and they have to sacrifice people to do so. I don't know. That's the farthest thing out there that you could think of, but maybe, but they definitely think the world is overpopulated. China obviously was doing that one kid rule, you know. That's proof right there. You know, I don't know if they still do that right now. We kind of look it up. How many kids can you have in China? Let's look that up. They'll let me. So yeah, there we go. How many kids can you have in China? The one-child policy's official implementation in 1980 changed the mindset over... In 1980? Dang, that's a long time. Changed the mindset over the more than 3 decades it was in effect and made single-child families the norm. In recent years, China has eased its birth restrictions gradually. All couples could have 2 children. Wow. And what's this one right here? It's an article. China delivers 3-child policy, but it's too late for many. I'm telling you, they're already controlling that sort of thing. They already think the world is overpopulated. They're already doing this kind of stuff. They're already giving us famines and they're giving us crap to eat and vaccines. In my opinion, the current vaccine, which this will definitely take me off. As soon as I say this will definitely get this video taken down and possibly a strike on my channel. But yeah, these vaccines are not good for anyone. Just not. Maybe in the future, once they develop them, they might be better, but right now they're not. And in my opinion, they're probably worse than we think they are. All right, I'm wrapping it up. Greg, thank you for coming by. Let's go through your next couple comments. Seen it, drones and time travelers. Time travel, that's a whole different thing I'd like to get into. I'm not sure about that. Time's a whole thing I'm trying to comprehend in my own way. I don't have a full grasp on that. I have some theories, but I don't have a whole grasp. And then you said, look, in the old Roman times, give the people bread and games and they will not revolt. You are completely right. Even if they're not good, even if it's not good bread and they're not good games, they will still give it, and the people will still receive and argue. And it used to be people could take a joke. It used to be people could have conversations about sports and it wasn't political. It used to be different. And it used to be that we were over these things. It used to be that we had already accomplished these things. We're backtracking. If you're as old as me, you know this. We're backtracking. We were already done with this. Everyone was already equal. Everyone had fair rights. Everyone had fair voting rights. No one was prejudiced against. There wasn't problems. And the statistics that line up with a lot of the crap that people are trying to feed you nowadays, they won't put it on the news because that doesn't feed their narrative. Just like more white people get killed by police every year than black people, but they won't tell you that. They won't tell you that more white people get killed by cops every year than black people. They won't tell you that. And not a single white person will ever show up on the news for getting killed by a cop. And no one will riot for it. Because we lived in a different time. That's just the way it was. All right. And now we're backtracking. We're backtracking hard. Because social media, influenced by the media, they know they can control us through their narratives now. They know they can basically anger people, make them feel like victims every day. So I want to go. I'm literally ending this now. Greg, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, man. Go to my BitChute if you want to watch more. I'm gonna put up more. Like I said, I'm gonna keep going on YouTube, I guess, doing my streams there because it's the easiest right now until I figure something else out, and then I will upload my live streams to BitChute and Odyssey, which I don't have an Odyssey account yet, but I will do. I got some stuff on BitChute. So thank you all for watching. Thanks, Greg. I hope you all have a good night. Please keep your eyes open. Don't believe what they're telling you. When you see something in the news, if your first reaction is to believe it, try not to. Because if it is, then you're under their spell. But if you even try for a second to just think that, hey, maybe this isn't what's really going on right now. Maybe I should look into this a little bit further. Maybe this is beyond just this surface area. And they're not telling me everything. Maybe it's out of context. Maybe there's more to it. Then you're already doing more than most of the people on this planet. And we need to keep getting others encouraged to do more research and to think more and to not take everything at face value, because that's really the problem. That's really the problem. Thank you for watching. America first. Love to all. Peace. Hoff signing off.